Welcome to William Penn City of Brotherly Love, where tonight the quest to drink from Lord Stanley's Cup begins in earnest. How big is this game and series? Well, scalpers are getting as much as $1,500 per seat from Philly fanatics, hoping to see this generation of the Broad Street Bullies add a third championship to the back-to-back titles the Flyers brought home 22 years ago. Well, Philadelphia does not have a monopoly on rabid fans cheering on the home team. In Detroit at Joe Louis Arena, the faithful are out to cheer on their team, hoping that they can take Game 1 from a big and powerful Flyers team.
Well, the Redwings start. Chris Draper giving up 5 inches and 50 pounds to Eric Lindros, along with Maltby and McCarty. Leclerc, Lindros, and Renberg, the Legion of Doom line, is out for the start of this Stanley Cup Final Series. Lindros tried to reach that, did get it. The pass over near Larry Murphy. Tangles for a moment with Leclerc and swept it back down near Hextall. No icing on this as Jani Niinema, the Finnish rookie, plays it along to Petr Svoboda, who is rammed by McCarty. Gave it up to Svoboda, and the Red Wings make a change in lines. Joel Otto's pass, blocked by Doug Brown, but back now for Otto. Again, the Red Wings move. Kozlov over for a shot by Brown that's deflected by Paul Coffey and fed in front, and Fedorov couldn't get much on it. Fedorov again, and he angled one out in front. Kept alive at the point. Konstantinov moving on in with a shot pad stop made by Hextall. Still trouble, and Hextall this time will seal it out. First time they've ever met in the playoffs. And the question is, who will dictate the terms in these opening minutes? 1:20 has been played. Big shot by Shanahan, blocked by Hextall. 77 miles an hour as Fox Tracks is in operation. Got it for Paul Coffey with Leclerc breaking. Coffey flipped one, knocked down by the defense off of Murphy. Jammed back and fanning on it. Lindros. Coffey a shot, and that went off Igor Larionov. Now Desjardins a shot off of Vernon. Fed on back, Desjardins again, and it went wide. Coffey missed for Brindamore, but got Leclerc. Leclerc dumped it along, and Larionov trickled it out, and on comes Shanahan. Coffey trying to cut it. Shanahan moving in. Save! Hextall!
Shanahan didn't see Lindstrom in behind him. The defenseman had moved up. Big save by Ronnie Hextall.
40 seconds gone on the power play, and this one knocked away, and now it's Maltby, and 2 on the goalie. It fed it to Draper to Maltby. He scores! A short-handed goal!
Second short-handed goal in the playoffs for Detroit. The second by Draper. Hextall had no chance. Coffey, along with the fans in Detroit. Oh, the fans are celebrating at Joe Louis. Coffey and Niinema had been exhausted. They've been skating back, chasing pucks twice now. Look at this tic-tac. Wow, quick passing. Ronnie Hextall could only spread out and hope. It was Maltby who scored. I apologize. Second shorthanded goal for Detroit in the playoffs. A fine passing play in Detroit going right at Philadelphia with speed. Right at the defenseman of the Flyers, and 1-0 Detroit.
Maltby's fourth, his first shorthanded goal. Draper gets the lone assist. In back, Konstantinov along with Nicholas Lidstrom. It's rattled around behind Mike Vernon over to Desjardins. Desjardins tried to flip it through. It's knifed behind to Lindros. Lindros out to Niinema, and a shot popped up. They scramble for it at the front of the net. Score!
Another look at it. Watch right at the front in the middle. Somebody's stick right here. It may have been Brindamore from the other side who actually started the whole play with a nice move on Lidstrom by holding a stick and buying time. We're tied up at 1.
Still they battle. Otto jostled off by McCarty, and Draper able to play it through. Carried on by Nicholas Lidstrom. Fired one that went off Samuelson. Samuelson's pass is stolen. Around in front, Kocur. He scored! Joe Kocur, who is playing on a 30 and over team at Christmas.
And they celebrated the Joe. Joey Kocur started in the NHL in Detroit.
Brendan Shanahan of the Red Wings still battling to a side along the wall. Almost everybody there. Flipped into Shanahan, tried to nudge it further. Coming by, battling his way on and moving in. goal straight. Vernon drilled back off. Leclerc stopped it down to the last 4. Still the battle on. Red Wings able to kick it to the boards. Yzerman muscled it along, and that took care of the period. So 1:43 of power play time for Philadelphia at the outset of the second. End of the first. It's the Red Wings 2 and the Flyers 1. James Brown, Dave Maloney will be along with the new Dodge Intermission Report. The Commissioner, after these messages and a word from your local Fox station.
And now, continue on their third.
Rod Brind'Amour to take the opening face-off that's won by Steve Yzerman, the captain of Detroit, and spun back down by Konstantinov. Konstantinov and Lidstrom, the defense. We mentioned Yzerman. The other forward up front is Sandstrom. John Leclerc angled it in. The read and the clear by Vernon. Lays it on a cross for Podine. Podine run off by Fetisov. Puck back to the point. Samuelsson hurried a shot. Deflected high and it bounced down. Scramble all and out and get it with the glove was Vernon. Maltby bringing it back. Kirk Maltby with a 90-footer. Hextall tapped it aside. Peter Svoboda chased off and walled by Maltby. Good hit put on Niinema. They're set for the hard around blast, but Hextall right there to spike it loose. Hextall along, but it went through Brind'Amour. Punched ahead further. Moving on is Svoboda. Down to the ice he goes, and the penalty coming up.
Good forcing there. Svoboda, the defenseman. 35 seconds to go.
Murphy with a pass that's cut by Lindros. Shooting, and he got the glass with the shot. On to the back, Niinema. Quickly back over to Paul Coffey. Coffey to Niinema. Drive, save, Vernon. Up with it, Shanahan. The pass across is gloved down by Brown and given to Fedorov. Fedorov with a shot. That one blocked. Fedorov again. It's in on Hextall. Kicked off his pad and lifted back along but not out. Rouse keeps the pressure on Konstantinov. A shot. It hit the pipe. Turnaround shot and Hextall got a piece of that. Still they battle. It is Rouse to the slot with a shot that's tipped to the seats.
And if he does, he drives to the net. Oh, that time he tricked everybody, including me, and went forward.
I do apologize. That one did not go over, but it looked for a moment like it had. Here's Fedorov cruising in, shooting. I think that one was in and popped back out quickly, just under the crossbar. And it does. It is a goal, and it is 3-1. They just restrung these nets today, so there's a lot of pop to them.
Well, I'll tell you what, Joe Louis is celebrating, and so they should. What a shot by Sergei Fedorov. Lindros fooled me. He went forward with the puck on Fedorov. Vernon plays it, moves it. Now watch the Flyers here pinching. Pinching, pinching. Here goes Fedorov with a 2-on-1, and folks, watch this wrist shot. Snap, top corner, over the shoulder of Ronnie Hextall. There's the shot.
Niinema able to take it away. Niinema with a little toss ahead now to Lacroix. Lacroix off the wing, and Druce is in. Druce with a shot that's saved by Vernon, and he covers.
And the biggest save of the game for Vernon. The left wing lock here was broken by the Flyers. Flat out broken.
Brown now for Lindros. 2 seconds left on the penalty, and Fetisov is out. As on comes Renberg. Fed it across for Petr.
There's a goal off the rush. Hextall has the puck. Calmly puts it to the side. The power play expires. That first pass is beautiful. Here's a 3-on-2, and right through the legs goes the shot. Now the neutral zone pass was beautiful. This sets up the 3-on-2. Bad angle shot. Vernon was out so far that he tried to recover. He couldn't get closed up. Renberg skating beautifully. Puts the puck wide, and there's Leclerc, and through the legs. Now Vernon is out so far. 1 step, 2 steps, and can't close the legs. John Leclerc gets Philadelphia back into the game after their power play did not work.
Slava Fetisov gives it across. Larionov's pass misfires. Sandstrom in for it. Ran by Terrian. And the puck came over to Podine. moving back out with Otto, and he clears it back down.
So far, a super penalty kill. No setup time at all for Detroit.
The team's at full strength, and the second period is about over.
So you can see how they've gotten there. Svoboda, by the way, the defenseman, has returned and is on the ice right now to start this third period. The other thing is the Flyers want more skating from their team. They feel they only skated well in the last 5 minutes of the second period. They want the legs going.
Leclair angles. Fed around by Maltby. That one loose in front, and it kicked over to Leclair. John Leclair up with Renberg, but that one just punched calmly aside by the defense.
The 3-on-2 that didn't work.
Flyers changing. Yzerman shooting. He scores! Steve Yzerman with a bullet! And it is 4-2.
Now the Flyers had a 3-on-2, Mike. Moved up ice. Both defensemen were back for Detroit. The fans in Detroit celebrating early in the third with a 2-goal lead. Now Leclair blocked a shot in his own zone right here. Blocks it. Now the Flyers with Svoboda in on the play. 3-on-2. But watch the pass here that doesn't work. Oh, man. Leclair made the great block, but the bad pass. Detroit recovers. The Flyers changing, and a bad goal on Hextall. He's beaten from just inside the blue line with Niederman back. There's the shot. No deflection. Hextall gets beat for a bad one, and the Red Wings have the 2-goal lead.
Larry Murphy tried to rifle it out, but it kicked over to Leclair. Leclair started it ahead for Eric Lindros. To Leclair! Save! Made! And all of that time, more ticks off the clock.
Every time Detroit comes up the boards, the Flyer defense now will pinch and try to keep it in. They've got to try to keep plays alive.
Lindros across! Oh, and what a play made by Vernon as he got the glove on the shot!
Watch Vernon. 1 step, 2 steps. It took Klatt too long to shoot. And by the time he shot, there was Mike Vernon, glove extended, the save of the game in the catcher's mitt. The save of the game so far. Vernon, 1 stride, 2 strides, glove out, there it is, as he robs Trent Klatt.
Bob Rouse with it. Bob Rouse, who broke up a 2-on-1 that the Flyers had when the score was closer in the second. Again by Konstantinov on Klatt.
Oh, baby, did he hit him. Klatt is shaking a little bit. He's a little woozy. Konstantinov now has thrown the hit of the game. Klatt threw one earlier on Fetisov and took a penalty. This time Klatt will cut to the middle and shoulder into the chest, and man, did he catch him. He's a big hitter, 11th rounder. Oh, there's a collision and a clean one, and Klatt was a little woozy on the play.
Yzerman breaks it up. It's McCarty to Yzerman in front, waiting, and the shot went off Hextall, and we get a stoppage of play.
This time, a shot taken late by Fetisov that hit somebody well after the whistle. Well after the whistle. And that's brought really the first scrum of the hockey game. The first one where everybody's in against each other. The very first time. A late shot. I believe it was Fetisov that hit somebody. And that's created some animosity. Tell you what, Ronnie Hextall, I think, made a big save here. He has allowed a bad goal early in the third.
It's lifted back along. Lindros is out of the box. Leclair on to him with 5 left in the tilt. And the Detroit Red Wings have won Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals by a score of 4-2 and a little extra after the horn.
And some frustration with the big man, Eric Lindros. Detroit comes into this game with a good game plan, executed all the way through. Larry Murphy and Nicholas Lidstrom, the 2 defensemen, were outstanding. They played against Lindros at even strength all game long. Murphy had 2 assists. That defense pairing did the job.
Svoboda.